Now, what does a client support team do? What we do is we support our clients, also known as our customers, members, but we do call them clients. We support them by email and by live chat. Phones, that is coming, but right now we don't do those. But through email is primarily what we are using for that, or that's what they use as well. So in email we use Help Scout. As you can see, this is our primary one for My Online Business. We do have a couple of other what we'll just call, kind of the tripwire sites, which is onlinebusinessadvisor.org. Right now there's not a lot going in there. And the shinyobjectsolution.com. Right now we're just getting Twitter notifications. So those aren't really live at this time, but they will be soon. But in email is where we support most of their questions. That is where they submit all of their Friday Q&A questions, anything for any special webinars if they have questions they want to submit for Q&A webinars, things of that nature. And a lot of the time, what we end up having to do for the majority of people are resetting logins, or if someone signed up, we sent them the email with their login information. They didn't receive it. Usually it lands in their junk box, and they don't think to check there. But we would get them their logins and help them with that, help with any troubleshooting issues if they're having problems viewing the videos. It's usually a browser issue. And we do have saved replies. There are actually quite a number of saved replies in there, and some of which will be going away because some are temporarily used right now, and some are outdated. So this list will change between this video and any time in the future. So a lot of things are in here. Many of the questions that we have dealt with, there's usually a reply for it in here, or something that we can at least use as a basis and kind of customize it. And I do recommend customizing things as needed, but this gives you a really good place to start. So, if I even put an intro, so that way we don't have to worry about typing it out every single time. Automatically we'll put the customer's first name in there if that's what's given. Definitely double check that to make sure that that's correct, that it's, Mary, hi Mary, instead of hi, Mary's favorite color is blue, whatever they might have put in there, which some are kind of interesting. But yeah, you just want to make sure that that is correct for their first name. And if they happen to go by a nickname and they've signed off with a nickname versus, let's say in our system it says William, but they signed off as Bill, you can certainly make use Bill. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, so you've got all of this in here, all of these saved replies, and we try to make it as quick and easy as possible to address their issues. The other thing that we use is live chat. And once you get in here, and there's going to be training for this later down the road, to show you how to use it, chats pop up here as soon as they come through. You can set the Audible notification on it as well, even desktop to pop up and say that you have a little thing here. But this is where we answer a lot of their questions. And again, in live chat, a lot of them are, I can't log in, I tried to get into this area, it's saying I don't have sufficient access, what's going on? So a lot of just troubleshooting with that. Sometimes we do get people asking through chat, I want to cancel my membership, and we tell them to email, because we do like to have that formally sent to us, so we have that in email. And so if they want a refund or cancellation, then it does go through email. But as you can see on our site, that we have our chat down here in the corner, so they can always pop it open and chat with us on any page. Our chat is also on sales pages, so if anyone happens to land on a sales page and they have a question about something, then they can ask us directly through support. So that is pretty much what we do for them, is just answer a lot of if they're unsure about what may be included in a training, if they're having an issue viewing our site, logging in, anything like that. That's pretty much the gist of what we do. Yes, we do get some crazy questions sometimes, and sometimes we get questions from people who may have heard about us through another program, like say Build My List. They may say, hey, I heard about you from Build My List, but I have a question about SendLine, which is associated with Build My List. We have nothing to do with that. So sometimes we do have to direct them back to the place where they have heard about things. And yes, sometimes we do get questions about services that we have recommended in our training, and they ask us for certain things. And if we can Google it for them, we do. Or we just say, unfortunately, we're not affiliated with them. We can't answer that question, but here's their email, their team's email, or contact information so that they can contact them directly and do that. But the majority of our questions have to do with issues on our site. And so that's what our client support team does.